All right, welcome everybody to Life Lessons for Men. So today we are talking about the famous soccer player who is going into the Red Pill Hall of Fame. This brother, Akram Hakimi, I hope I pronounced your name right. He hit the Uno reverse on his wife who filed for divorce from him. She filed for divorce trying to get half of his money, but he like, nope, hit you with the Uno reverse. You ain't getting half of my money. I gave my money to my mama. Let's get into it. So his wife right here, Hiba Abouk. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce her names. She filed for divorce, trying to take half of this man's money. We see this all the time with women trying to, take half a dude's money and file for divorce because they know the divorce laws. They know the laws are in their favor, so they're trying to take half the money in the divorce, trying to cash out and go on about their best life. Nope, not this time. Not this time. This brother has set a new precedent, and I hope a lot of you guys out there are paying attention about how to protect yourself from these Jezebels out here like this woman right here. So this guy, he's playing chess, not checkers. Somebody saw this coming. Whether it was him, whether his mama, his boy, his friends, somebody saw this coming. Somebody saw this Jezebel coming a long mile away trying to get his money. So this dude, this dude got everything in my mama name. He got everything in his mama's name. It's reported that he put about 80%, give or take 80% of his 70 million euros, not dollars, euros net worth into his mama's name. Because guess what? It's not his money. She can't take half of mama's money. She ain't married to mama. She married to him. She can't take half of mama's money. So he put a vast majority of his money, his assets, into his mama's name. This man is worth about 70 million euros. He making $215,000 a week. $215,000 a week this brother's making playing soccer over there for the Paris Saint-Germain team in Europe. $215,000 a week, and he putting the majority of that in his mama's name. Why? To protect it from Jezebels like this. To protect himself. Now, this woman, she ain't no scrub. She's not broke. She got her own money. It's reported that she's worth about $2 or $3 million herself. She's a famous actress, starring in movies, TV shows, whatever she's doing. She got her own money. She worth about 2-3 million euros over there. But she want to cash out on his money. His $70 million. She's trying to get $30 million of this dude's money when she got her own damn money. She's strong and independent all on her own. Cool, congratulations. But why you still need his money? Why do you still need his money? Why are you still trying to take half of his money? Nope. Boom. Uno. Boom. Reverse. No, not this time. Nope. Reverse back to you. Not this time. Nope. And see, so they've been only married for 3 years. She's trying to take half of this man's money after 3 years. This woman, she ain't kicked a soccer ball one time. She ain't scored no goals. She ain't defended nobody on the field. She ain't run miles and miles up and down the field. She ain't, took a ball to she took balls to the face. She hasn't played a freaking minute of soccer. No yellow card, no red card, nothing. She trying to take $30 million of this man's money. all because she knows she can, all because she know what the law is. Oh, but guess what? He know what the law is too. Somebody does. Somebody know what the law is his circle, his family, his friends. Somebody know what the law is. So, you know, and it was reported that Achraf, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry, dude. Was accused of grape with a woman. No charges were filed yet. The news came out. His wife decided to take their two kids to Dubai after the news came out. And around that time, she decided to file for divorce. Now, it's alleged that she kind of planned all this. It's alleged that she was planning to take this dude's money from the get-go. She had planned all this out. She was trying to find a way out to not make herself look like the bad person, not look like the bad guy. So it's alleged that, she orchestrated this whole allegations so she could have a justified way out of the marriage, all by while cashing him out on the way out because she know the sisterhood will be right behind her. Not this time. This man's playing chess. He not playing checkers. He ain't playing checkers. So the reason why a lot of people saw this coming because of the age gap. This brother's 24. She's 36. She don't look 36. I ain't gonna lie. She don't look 36 at all. But she 36. They 12 years apart. They've been married for 3 years, which means that when they were married, he was 21. She was 33. You don't think that she knew exactly what she was doing when she married a young, famous, rich soccer player? Yeah, she got her own money too, but he got at least 10 times more money than she does. At the time, maybe a whole lot more than that. You don't think she knew what she was doing? Marrying a rich, famous young soccer player, a young, naive soccer player, and then they had 2 kids together. Oh, she thought she had the bag. She thought she had all this planned out. She was going to cash this dude out so hard. 2 kids. She knows she gonna get full custody of both those kids. She knew he was gonna have to pay child support. She knew she was gonna get alimony. She just knew she was gonna get half his stuff. Nope, not this time. Nope. So, what's the lesson in all this? Well, some lessons to take from this brother. He gonna go down in the Hall of Fame for this one. The lesson to take for him is, we all know this, but the first one is get a prenup, gentlemen. Especially if you got some money, get a prenup. A prenup will protect yourself. Now, you got some guys out here that's saying, oh, prenups don't work. That's bullshit. Prenups do work. You just got to make sure you do it right. First of all, get a lawyer to make your prenup. Don't do it yourself because you're going to fuck it up. Let's be honest. You don't know the law. You're not an attorney. You don't know family law. You don't know how the system works in your respective state or in this case, another country. Get a prenup. Prenups do work as long as you do it right. First step is get a lawyer. Get a lawyer to draft it for you. Because a lawyer is not going to put things that don't belong in there. Like you can't put the fact that you won't pay child support. You can't put that in prenups. You cannot put that she won't get over 200 pounds. You cannot put that in a prenup. You can put in a prenup that she won't get alimony. You can put that she paid her own attorney's fees, stuff like that. A prenup is there to protect your assets. As long as you do it right. Get a lawyer, draft it up, pay a few $1,000s. It's going to save you tens, maybe hundreds of $1,000s, maybe millions of dollars down the line, maybe $30 million down the line if you get a freaking prenup. Prenups work. So, and if you get a lawyer to draft your prenup, make sure that she signs the prenup at least at the very bare minimum, at least 90 days, 3 months before the wedding. At least 3 months before the wedding. Because she cannot come back and say, "Oh, I signed it under duress. Oh, he pressured me." Don't be going to the altar and talking about, hey, girl, sign this prenup real quick. Sign this before we get married. You standing there, the pastor's right in front of you, the bridesmaids are there, everybody's there, your mom and daddy influencing this, that, and the third. You talking about, oh, girl, sign this real quick. Come on now. That prenup gonna get thrown out so fast in divorce court. Don't even put yourself there. Don't even do it. Make sure she signs a prenup at least at the very minimum 90 days before the wedding. She's had plenty of time to take in everything that goes with that prenup way, way before the marriage is down the line. Some people say 6 months down the line. Some people say get a prenup, have her sign a prenup before you even propose to her. But at the very bare minimum, 90 days before you get married. Before you get married. So, again, a prenup is there to protect your house, protect your assets, protect you. A prenup is there to protect you. Because you don't want to fall into the trap of these divorce laws. Gentlemen, these divorce laws, these family laws, they're not designed for us for the most part. They're not designed for the person who has the majority of the income in the relationship. Most of the time, that is the man, because the man is the one providing, the man is the one working, the man is the one, paying all the bills, if not majority of the bills. So you have to protect yourself. And if you decide not to get a prenup, you got to have a plan B. What's your plan B? Well, do you trust your mama? Do you trust your mama with tens of millions of dollars? In this case, this dude's worth 70 million euros. Do you trust your mama with all that money? Do you trust her? Do you trust giving full control to signing over all of that money, all your endorsement deals, your checks, other business deals, all that money over to your mother? Do you trust your mother? You trust somebody else? Who can you run to? Who can I run to? Who can you run to trust with your money, so that way a Jezebel like this can't take it from you? Who can you run to? Who can you trust with your money? So who do you have in your inner circle? Someone who has been there for you all your life, like your mama. Is it a brother, a sister, your father, your cousin, your best friend, somebody? Do you trust somebody with all of your hard-earned money, your assets, your house, your paychecks, your business deals? Do you trust somebody to have full control of all that? Because when they have full control, they can do whatever they want with it. In this case, his mom will buy him anything he wants because she has control. But she could also give that money to somebody else. She could blow that money on Birkin bags. She can go on vacation trips. She can do whatever she wants because he gave her that money. But he trusts his mother enough to hold that money for him, hold those assets for him. Do you trust your mother? Do you trust somebody else with millions, potentially millions of dollars? If not, you could always put it in a trust. If you don't trust your mother, you could put it in a trust. You could have that trust go to your kids, go to, I don't know, some other siblings, maybe your parents or something like that. It could be a group of people, depending on how you do it, because A trust is there to protect yourself in case of in this case, the case of a divorce. If you have a trust set up and she is not part of that trust, she don't get that money because those assets technically that belong to the trust, and the trust is entrusted to those other people. I'm not a lawyer, but you can get with a trust and estate's attorney, and they can work all that out for you. Again, these are ways to protect yourself, gentlemen. We have to think about this because the laws are not in our favor, unfortunately. So it is upon you to protect yourself at all times. You bust your ass for your money. You bust your ass. You put in the work. You put in the hours, blood, sweat, and tears for everything that you have right now. And you be damned if you let some woman like this take half when she ain't do shit to earn that money. Hell no. Hell no. So if you don't get a prenup, if you don't put that money in someone else's name that you trust, if you don't get a trust, if you don't get with an attorney to build a trust, you can start a business. That might save you some money. You start a business, you have business expenses that you can write off. So instead of getting hit all the way up here, it gets hit somewhere down here. It saves you some money that you would have to pay out. It saves you something because you have business expenses, but if you just a W-2 employee, you're fucked. Straight up, you're fucked. If you are just a W-2 employee, you making 150,000, 200,000, whatever amount of money, and she making 50,000, $80,000 a year, you're fucked. She getting half because you didn't get a prenup. You have no protection. You have no protection. Now, I will say this. If you didn't get any protection, the only way that you would get out of giving up half your stuff, paying alimony and stuff, is if she makes more than you. If she makes more than you, the reverse, Uno reverse happens. That's what happens. The roles get reversed. Some women who have gone through this, Kelly Clarkson, Mary J. Blige, Halle Berry. All three of these women had money, made money in their own right. Cool, congratulations for them. They married men who made significantly less for them. That's just the odds for them. And they got divorced. No matter who filed for divorce, whatever, they got a divorce. And what happened? All three of these women were pissed off that they had to pay alimony. They had to pay child support. And even in some cases when it was 50-50 custody, they still had to pay child support. I don't know if they had to give up half of their money. Do some more research about that. But I know for certain that they had to pay alimony, they had to pay child support, and they were livid. Hell, you still hear from Halle Berry today about how she had to pay all that money. You still hear about Kelly Clarkson. She got a daytime TV show. She's still pissed about having to pay that money. But guess what? That's what the laws are. Especially in states like California, that's what the law is. Whoever makes the majority of the money in a relationship has to pay the other person half, alimony, child support. That's what the law is. So, gentlemen, if you decide to get married and you make a significantly more money than your wife, you choose not to get a prenup. You don't move that money in someone else's name, those assets in someone else's name. You don't get a trust or get with an attorney to make a trust. You don't have a business or anything like that. You're screwed. You're going to give up half. So, what are some other lessons in this? Let's go back. Let's go all the way back. Remember, this guy's 24. She's 36. 12-year age gap. I know from personal experience, age gap dating does not work. I used to be married to a woman who was about 10 years older than me. I know it does not work. It does not work in the long run. It just doesn't. It doesn't work at all. It's just full of a lot of sex and you're being manipulated. Let's call it what it is. It's you having a hot ton of hot freaky circus sex, and she is controlling you. She's controlling you because she has more experience. She's got more life experience. She is more mentally developed than you. She's more mature than you as far as age. You know, she is molding you into her puppet. She is molding you into her husband's son. That's different from a son husband. A son husband is a boy who lives with his mother, and he is basically the man of the house. He is assumed to be the husband role in the house without, in most cases, without intercourse. You flip it around with a husband son. What is a husband son? Most likely is when a man marries a woman significantly older than him, let's say 12 years, and she is controlling him. He is just there to do her bidding. She don't see him in any kind of husband role at all. She sees him as a little brother. She sees him as a son, someone that she can just control. Yes, they have sex, but she don't respect this man, especially in a role of a husband. She don't respect him at all. She just likes what he can do for her. That's it. They got he got sex and money. That's pretty much what she wants from him. In a role of a husband's son, ultimately, that's what a woman wants. And yes, she is going to control, manipulate, sign language, all this other kind of stuff so he can do her bidding. And as long as he continues to do her bidding, in her mind, everything is cool, everything is kosher. But as soon as he starts to get older, things starts to click in, and he starts to get some of the red pill. He starts to realize that this ain't right. Oh, then we got a problem. Then she tries to use mind games, use these mental jujitsu, use these genjutsu tactics to put him back into the place where she wants him to be mentally, put him back into that husband son role. That's exactly what women like this try to do, especially when you're with a woman that's significantly older than you. I honestly think that men should not deal with women more than 5 years older than them, 4 to 5 years older than them, because at that point, it's just too much of an age gap. She won't respect you in the long run. She'll just resent you. I mean, if she does get with you, it just be for sex and whatever she can get from you. That's it. That's it. Because you can't lead her. You cannot lead a woman that you're dating that's significantly older than you, because her life experience, her what she expects and everything else, you can't do that, because she's up here with her maturity, with her life experience, and you're down here because of that age gap. It's not going to work. It's just not. It's not going to work at all. She will lead you, and eventually she'll resent you. She'll have contempt for you, because it's in a woman's nature to follow. It's in a man's nature to lead. So if a woman is leading a man, that's out of order, and she's going to resent you. Now, she may resent you regardless, even if, let's say we reverse the ages. He's 36, she's 24. He could easily lead her. But is she mature enough to respect him? I don't know. She may still try to take half, but at least at 36, he is far less likely to be manipulated by her. He can still be a simp and still fall for her tactics, But you would hope at that age, a lot has clicked into his mind. He's developed some emotional intelligence. He's developed some discernment. He's developed an idea about how to protect himself and how a lot of these women move out here. So, let's say age gap dating, it doesn't work. Not in the sense where a man is dating a woman 10 years older than him, 8 years older than him. It's not gonna work. You reverse the ages, yeah, it'll work just fine. Because a man can easily lead a woman who's younger than him. Women don't like that, but most women are attracted to older men. Most men are attracted to younger women. Honestly, this woman, she don't look 36. She don't. She may be looking her late 20s, early 30s. She don't look 36. Not to me. Not to me. And another point, young famous men with money is a target. You don't think she targeted this dude? You don't think she tried to pull a Brittany Renner on him? When they got married, he was 21. Young, famous, rich soccer player, a naive soccer player. You don't think that she targeted this dude to get his money, to get his seed? They got 2 kids. Men in general with money are a target. There's so many guys out here, no matter what your age with money that women try to target. What's the first way they try to target? They try to get some kids off of you. They gonna try to lock down 18 years of child support on you. Look at Nick Cannon. How many babies does Nick Cannon have? Like 12 or something? Besides Mariah Carey, who he was actually married to. You think all these women out here would not have Nick Cannon's baby if he wasn't Nick Cannon and have the money that he has? This man gonna be paying child support for the rest of his life, basically. You don't think all his baby mamas, besides Mariah Carey, because he was married to her, you don't think all his baby mamas you don't think they would have had his baby if he was just, regular old Nick Cannon making $80,000, $100,000 a year with 6 baby mamas? Come on now. Men with money become targets. They become targets. And a young man, young, famous men, you're more naive. You're more susceptible to being a target because you're so naive. You don't have any discernment. You don't know how these women move out here. You have little to no emotional intelligence. You are so gullible that you are easily sucked into the spell, the infatuation of a woman. You think more with this head than this head. You thinking with the wrong head. You so infatuated with her because you're getting all this sex and all this attention that she's giving you, all this hot freaky circus sex. You thinking with the wrong head. And honestly, in my opinion, most older women who entertain younger men like this, they only want them for this sex and their money and whatever else he can do for her. That's it. You think that she would have got with him if he was just a 20-something-year-old college student? Hell no. Hell no. She would not have gotten with this dude if he was just a 20-something-year-old college student. But no, he is a famous, young, rich soccer player. He got his whole career still ahead of him. He only 24. Easily could probably do another 10 years. Easily. If God forbid any injuries or something like that. She thought she was going to lock down all of his career earnings for basically for the rest of her career. She wouldn't have to work a day a day else in her life. She was gonna be she's gonna take half his money, collect alimony, get that child support. She was just gonna lay back and then just coast off of his money for the foreseeable future. Nope. Nope. So again, guys, if you got money out here, especially if you're young, you got to be careful because you're a target. You're a target for these women. And you gotta have people in your circle that's got your best interests at heart. You have to have your close friends and family vet these women. You do. You just have to, because otherwise you don't you'll get you're so caught up being infatuated with lust that you think you love her, but you actually lust for her. You are so caught up in her spell that you don't even realize at how she's manipulating you. You're so I get it, you're young. I've been young. We've all been there. I used to be a simp myself. When I was his age, I didn't know anything about women. I didn't know anything about how I was being manipulated and just infatuated with her, how she could just do no wrong. You young, dumb, and full of cum. You don't know what is the mental mind game that she's doing. You don't know how she's pulling those puppet strings behind the scenes. You don't understand it. You don't have any discernment. So that's why you have to have your inner circle meet the women that you're dating. You have to have your friends, your family, someone who knows you best, someone who has your best interests at heart. You have to have them meet the women that you're dating, because they're not having sex with her. They're not infatuated with her beauty. They're not infatuated with her femininity or ooh la la and all the other kind of stuff going on. They want what's best for you. Have your inner circle, whoever that is in your inner circle, your boy, your homeboy from college, your best friend, whoever, your mama, your daddy, whoever, have them meet her in person if you can. That way they can read her body language. They can see how she is with you in public. They can ask her questions that you would not even thought of, because they have more life experience. They have no dog in the fight. They just want what's best for you. They don't want to see you getting taken advantage of by Jezebels like this. So have your inner circle meet the women that you're dating, and do it rather early in the relationship. Let's say, within 30 or 90 days into the relationship. That way it's less emotions on your part invested into it. Because if you wait too long, you'll be so caught up emotionally thinking that you're in love with this woman. You think about marrying her and buying a ring and all this other kind of stuff, that you don't even bother to listen to your inner circle when they're trying to warn you against women trying to take advantage of you. They're trying to warn you against women who don't want to be a wife to you. Because there is a difference between being married and being a wife. Being married to somebody is just a status. But being a wife to a husband means to be a helpmate to him. Is she going to be your helpmate? If you don't know how to really answer that, how to look for that, that's what your inner circle is for. Your wolf pack, your best friends, your family, somebody who has your best interest at heart. Somebody. So, and don't keep your relationships private. Now, I'm not saying put them all over Facebook, IG, social media. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is let your family know that you're dating such and such person. Let them meet them early on, because what she wants is a woman, a Jezebel spirit woman like this. What she wants is she wants you to keep your relationship private. She wants you to not be influenced by your friends, your family, whoever. That way she can keep that hold on you, that tight spell on you for as long as possible to drain you of whatever she can out of you, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. She just wants to, a woman who don't really want you for who you are, a woman who only wants you for what she can do, what you can do for her. She is just going to take from you. She's going to drain you. And unless you have someone who has your back, someone who has known you for the longest time, someone who's like, hey, you just met this woman. What the hell are you doing? Someone who can reel you back into reality and say, hey, don't deal with this woman because she is for the street. She is trying to take from you. She's trying to take your seed to have kids, to take money from you in child support. She's trying to get married to you so she can have some security, but as soon as she feel like going back to the streets, she can freely do so. Oh, and take half your money in the process. Have someone in your inner circle have your best interest at heart. Have them meet her, have them vet her, especially a person who's already married, especially a person who's been around the road, who's been down the block, who has experience with women. Someone who knows how a vast majority of these women move in these streets. They don't care about women who are for the streets. They don't care about you. They care what they can get from you. That's what they care about. They care about getting your resources. What resources? They care about getting your seed, meaning your sperm to have children, and they care about getting your money. Whether that's the house, the cars, or your paycheck or whatever. That's what they care about. They care about getting your seeds so they can have kids, because most women want to be mothers, and they care about money so they can go about having hot girl summer and having girls trips and all this other kind of stuff. You got to protect yourself. But sometimes you're so caught up in lust, you're so infatuated that you don't see how she has this spell on you, is pulling your puppet string, how she's controlling you, using all this genjutsu to get you to do what she wants you to do. So that's it. That's my lessons for this video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.